CBC recently asked an important question. Do security guards have enough training to handle crises? That's the right question, but it's only the beginning of the conversation because asking if guards are trained is very different than asking what happens when they aren't. The CBC story looked at two serious incidents in Saskatchewan. In Prince Albert, video shows security officers wheeling an intoxicated man outside the hospital and leaving him in the snow. In Saskatoon, police are still investigating the death of a cancer patient after an altercation with hospital security. And to be clear, at least one of these cases is still under active investigation. We don't have the final answers yet. But even without verdicts, these incidents expose something much bigger. They expose a system problem, not about bad guards, not about malicious intent, but about how we train people for high risk work. Right now, in most provinces, including Ontario, to become a licensed security guard, you need 40 hours of training. 40. And most, if not all, is theory based. There's no scenario training, no responding to mental health issues, no formal de escalation training. It's all PowerPoint, and in a lot of cases, you can do it 100% online. Then we send these people with this amount of training into hospitals, mental health institutes. They're expected to deal with weapons complaints, violent incidents, and we act surprised when outcomes go wrong. We are asking security guards to function like responders, but we're training them like entry level staff. And that's the disconnect. Now, here's an uncomfortable truth. We will never educate all our clients out of just going for low bid security. Some organizations will always choose price over performance and the lowest bidder over capability. Condominiums are a perfect example of this. Their budget drives their decisions almost exclusively, even when risk data says otherwise. It's not malicious, it's reality. So instead of fighting the market, we need to segment it. And that's where tier two security comes into. Tier one stays as compliance based security, basic licensing, observe and report for budget model organizations. But tier two, that's where we start preparing responder level security, mandatory advanced physical training, scenario based training, mental health crisis training, de escalation training, ongoing continuing education training. Why? It's different risks, so we have different expectations and we want different outcomes. Good faith clients exist. Hospitals, property managers, event organizers, municipal partners, they want professional security. But right now, they have no reliable way to tell the difference between a minimum standard guard and a trained responder. Tier two gives them that clarity. No guessing, no sales spin, no assumptions. They know what they're buying. Now, here's where it gets important for Ontario. Ontario already allows dual licenses. Security guards can have a dual license, which means they're licensed as a guard and a private investigator. Agencies can have the same thing with their agency license. They can be authorized to offer security guard services and private investigative services. That proves something. The system already supports layered credentials. The framework exists, we just haven't used it properly. Right now, a brand new guard, a hospital officer, a mobile patrol, a crisis responder, they all carry the same license as somebody that's just expected to sit in a construction site. They're legally equal. Operational, they're worlds apart. And this makes no sense. Tier two just can't apply to guards. It should apply to companies as well. Because if only guards are rated, agencies can still oversell, undertrain, understaff, and market elite services with no proof or training. An agency level tier two means that the training is verified, there's documented competency, and that the standards are supervised. Now that the standards are enforceable, there is a proper review of the company. At Security Responder, we've been advocating for years that part of the industry must be elevated to responder level security. With Ontario currently reviewing the Private Security and Investigative Services Act, we have a real opportunity. Ontario is in a position to lead the country on this, to move beyond minimum standards, to create career pathways, to professionalize the industry. CBC has asked the right question. Now it's time for the industry to provide the answers.